The sun rose over the peaceful colony of Leora, a place where humans and a few alien species lived together. The colony was built on a distant planet with blue grass fields and silver-leaved trees that glowed faintly at night. At the center of the colony stood the Leora Academy, a school where young humans and aliens studied science, language, and history together. Aaron walked quietly through the academy gates that morning. He was a simple boy who preferred staying out of trouble. He lived in the academy dormitory with other students, but he often stayed alone in his room reading books or fixing small gadgets. Aaron had no close friends. Most of the other students thought he was shy and boring. Aaron did not mind. He liked peace and silence. When he entered the classroom, he noticed everyone whispering. There was a strange feeling in the air. Teacher Mira stood at the front with a calm smile. She was kind and fair, always encouraging students to respect each other, no matter what species they came from. "Class," Teacher Mira said, "we have a new student today. Please welcome Vera." A tall figure stepped forward. The room fell silent. Vera was unlike anyone Aaron had ever seen. Her skin was a pale shade of blue, smooth and glowing softly under the lights. Her silver eyes shimmered like moonlight, and her dark hair fell straight to her shoulders. She wore a simple uniform like the others, but on her wrist was a strange band covered in small symbols. Some students stared in awe, while others exchanged uneasy glances. It was rare for anyone from Vera's species to attend a human school. Vera spoke softly, her voice calm and smooth. "Hello. I'm honored to learn with you." Teacher Mira smiled. "Vera comes from a distant star system. She will need your help as she adjusts to life here." As class went on, Aaron noticed that Vera was very focused. She listened carefully to every word but seemed confused by some simple things. When the teacher spoke about laughter and jokes, Vera tilted her head, as if she did not understand why humans laughed. During lunch break, Aaron sat under a glowing tree, eating quietly. A group of students nearby began whispering about Vera. "She looks strange," one said. "Do you think she's dangerous?" another asked. "I heard her people can read minds," a third added, shivering. Aaron frowned but stayed silent. He did not like gossip. Suddenly a shadow fell over him. Aaron looked up and saw Vera standing there. "May I sit here?" she asked. Aaron nodded, moving his lunchbox aside. "Sure." Vera sat gracefully, her silver eyes studying him. "You do not speak much." "Why?" Aaron shrugged. "I guess I don't like talking unless I need to." Vera tilted her head again, clearly curious. "Most humans here talk a lot. They laugh, they tease. You are different." Aaron gave a small smile. "Maybe I'm just boring." Vera stared at him for a moment and then said, "Not boring. Quiet. There is a difference." For the first time that day, Aaron felt a little less nervous. Vera's words were simple, but they seemed honest. Later that evening, as the sun set and the silver trees glowed brighter, Aaron returned to his dormitory. The building was shaped like a wide circle with many rooms connected by a long hall. Each student had a small private room with a bed, desk, and shelf. As he unpacked his school bag, a knock sounded on his door. Aaron opened it to see Teacher Mira standing there with Vera beside her. "Aaron," Teacher Mira said kindly, "Vera will be living in this dormitory too. She has been assigned the room next to yours. Please help her if she needs anything." Aaron nodded. "Of course." After the teacher left, Vera glanced at Aaron. "Your world is different. Everything feels strange to me." "You'll get used to it," Aaron said, trying to be encouraging. "It was strange for me when I first moved here too." Vera gave a small nod, though her expression was unreadable. She then disappeared into her room, leaving Aaron wondering what she truly thought. That night, as Aaron worked on fixing a broken radio, he heard soft footsteps outside. He peeked through his door and saw Vera walking down the hall, quietly observing the glowing lights along the walls. She touched them gently, as if fascinated by their warmth. The next day at school, Teacher Mira announced a new project. You will work in pairs to design a device that represents unity between species, she said. Names were read aloud. When Aaron heard his name paired with Vera's, his heart sank. He had never worked closely with anyone before, let alone someone so mysterious. After class, Vera approached him. We are partners now, she said plainly. Aaron nodded awkwardly. Yes, I guess we'll need to figure out what to make. As they began planning, Aaron noticed that Vera's questions were unusual. She wanted to know why humans enjoyed music, why they smiled when happy, and why they helped each other without expecting rewards. Humans feel things deeply, Aaron explained, unsure how to put it into words. We don't just think with our minds, we care with our hearts. Vera seemed puzzled by the idea. She touched her chest lightly, as if searching for something. Hearts, she whispered. As the day ended, Aaron felt both nervous and intrigued. Vera was unlike anyone he had met, and though she was calm and polite, he sensed that she was hiding something. That night, as Aaron prepared for bed, he thought about her curious questions and mysterious behavior. He did not know that Vera had her own reasons for being there, reasons that would soon change both their lives. Outside his window, the silver trees swayed gently, glowing under the alien stars. Somewhere in the dark, Vera stood silently, watching the sky and whispering words in a language no human could understand. The morning sun rose gently over the glowing silver trees surrounding the Leora Academy. Aaron woke up early, as usual, and sat by his window for a moment, watching the strange beauty of the alien sky. He still could not believe that Vera, the mysterious new alien student, was living in the room next to his. Every sound in the hallway made him alert, though Vera always moved quietly, like a shadow. After getting ready, Aaron walked to the common dining hall. The place buzzed with voices and laughter as students from different species shared breakfast. Vera sat alone at the edge of the room, calmly observing everyone. Some students glanced at her, whispering, while others kept their distance. Aaron hesitated, then walked over and sat beside her. Morning, he said softly. Vera looked at him with her silver eyes. Morning, she replied in her calm, careful voice. Aaron noticed she was eating very slowly, examining every bite like it was strange to her. Not used to this food? He asked. It is. Different, Vera admitted. Your food has many flavors. My world has fewer tastes. Aaron smiled a little. You'll get used to it. Maybe I can show you which foods are good. For a moment, Vera simply stared at him, then gave a small nod. I would like that. As breakfast ended, Teacher, Mira called everyone together. Remember, she said, your partnership projects begin today. Work together with kindness and understanding. Aaron and Vera left the hall to find a quiet place to plan their project. They chose an empty study room filled with books and old devices. Aaron sat at the table while Vera examined the strange human machines with silent fascination. So, Aaron began, we have to design something that shows unity between species. Any ideas? Vera turned toward him. I have ideas, but they may seem unusual. Unusual is fine, Aaron said, trying to encourage her. Vera thought for a moment. On my world, we build harmony devices. They create sound patterns that calm minds. Maybe we could make something like that, but with human design added. Aaron's eyes lit up. That could work. Humans like music. If we combine music and your calming sound, it might show unity. They spent hours discussing the project. Aaron showed Vera how to connect wires and batteries while Vera explained the special crystal she carried from her world. She carefully placed the small glowing stone on the table. This is rare, she said softly. It holds energy that interacts with thought. Aaron handled it carefully, amazed by its light. We can build the base around this, he suggested, as they worked. Aaron noticed how curious Vera was about everything. She asked questions about even the simplest things like why humans smiled or why they shook hands. Smiles show happiness, Aaron explained, demonstrating with a small grin. It's a way to show others you care or that you're friendly. Vera tried to copy his smile, but it came out awkward and stiff. Aaron chuckled quietly. "That's close enough," he said. Vera's eyes narrowed slightly. "Why do humans laugh when things are not serious?" she asked. Aaron paused. "Laughter helps us feel better. Sometimes it's just for fun. It brings people together." Vera nodded slowly, as if trying to understand a new concept. She touched her wristband thoughtfully. "My people do not laugh. We focus only on purpose and survival." Aaron felt a pang of sadness for her. "That sounds lonely." Vera tilted her head. "Lonely? It means being alone in your heart," Aaron explained gently. "Even if people are around you, you feel empty." For a moment, Vera was silent. Then she whispered, "I think I understand." Their quiet moment was interrupted by loud voices. Outside the study room, a group of students entered, laughing. Rin, a boy known for his sharp tongue, stopped when he saw Vera. His smirk faded into a mocking grin. "Look at this," Rin said to his friends. "The alien girl is building toys with Aaron. Maybe she'll mind read his thoughts next." Aaron frowned. "Stop it, Rin. She's not doing anything wrong." Rin shrugged. "I'm just saying what everyone's thinking. She doesn't belong here." Vera stayed calm, her face unreadable, but Aaron noticed her hands tighten slightly. "She belongs here just as much as we do," Aaron said firmly. "Teacher Mira welcomed her." Rin rolled his eyes. "Whatever you say." He and his friends left, laughing loudly. When they were gone, Vera looked at Aaron. "Why did you defend me?" she asked. "Because it was the right thing to do," Aaron replied simply. "You didn't deserve that." For the first time, Vera's calm expression softened. She studied Aaron carefully. "On my world, strength is shown by action, not words. You showed strength today." Aaron felt his face grow. Warm. "It wasn't much. It was enough," Vera said quietly. They continued working until evening. As they packed up, Vera asked a question that surprised Aaron. "Do humans always help others without expecting rewards?" "Not always," Aaron admitted. "But when someone is your friend, you help them because you care." "Friend," Vera repeated slowly, as if tasting the word. "You think we are friends?" Aaron hesitated, then nodded. "Yes, I'd like to think so." Vera said nothing for a moment, then gave a very small, careful smile. "I think I would like that too." Later that night, back at the dormitory, Aaron sat on his bed, thinking about the strange but promising bond growing between them. Vera's room was silent, but he could sense she was awake, perhaps thinking her own thoughts. What Aaron did not know was that Vera's mission was far more complicated than a school project. As she sat alone in the dark, staring at her glowing crystal, Vera whispered softly in her language. She was beginning to feel something new and unfamiliar, a connection to a human boy who had defended her without knowing the truth. Outside, the alien stars shone brightly over the colony, marking the beginning of a friendship that would soon face powerful challenges. The following days passed quickly as Aaron and Vera worked on their project. Their device slowly began to take shape, combining human circuits with the glowing alien crystal that Vera had brought. During class, they sat together, and after school, they often met in the study room to continue their work. Aaron began to feel comfortable around her, even though she still asked unusual questions about human behavior. One evening, after a long day of work, Vera seemed quieter than usual. As they packed up their tools, Aaron noticed her distant expression. "Is something wrong?" he asked. Vera paused for a moment, then shook her head. "No, I'm only thinking." Aaron did not push her, but he felt that something was bothering her deeply. That night, long after the dormitory had grown silent, Vera left her room. She moved quietly through the dark hallways, making sure no one saw her. In her hands, she carried the glowing crystal which pulsed softly like a heartbeat. She left the building and walked toward the edge of the colony, where the silver trees grew thick and tall. Once she was hidden beneath the glowing branches, Vera pressed a sequence on her wristband. A holographic screen appeared in the air, displaying symbols and images in her language. A voice spoke from the hologram, calm and serious. "Report, Vera. What have you learned about the humans?" Vera bowed her head slightly. "The humans are unique. Their biology is strong, and their emotions are complex. I believe they may hold the key to saving our world," the voice responded. "Good. Continue to study them, but remain hidden. They must not know the truth yet." Vera hesitated, then said softly, "I have grown close to one of them. His name is Aaron. He is kind, and he protects me. It feels wrong to deceive him." The voice grew sharper. "You must remember your duty. Without this mission, our people will not survive. One human boy cannot matter more than an entire world." Vera closed her eyes, her heart heavy. "I understand." The hologram vanished, leaving her alone under the glowing trees. She stood there for a long moment, feeling the weight of her choice. Meanwhile, Aaron was having trouble sleeping. He had been thinking about Vera all evening. She was strange, but he liked being around her. She asked questions no one else asked, and she seemed genuinely curious about humans. Yet, sometimes, she looked sad, as if she was carrying a secret burden. Unable to sleep, Aaron decided to take a walk. He stepped quietly into the hallway and noticed that Vera's door was slightly open. When he peeked inside, her room was empty. Where could she have gone this late? Aaron whispered to himself. He followed the path outside, careful not to be seen. After a few minutes, he saw a faint glow among the silver trees. He crouched behind a bush and watched in shock as Vera spoke to a floating hologram in a language he did not understand. Though he could not make out the words, he could see the serious expression on her face and the urgency in her movements. When the hologram disappeared, Vera stood silently, clutching the crystal to her chest. Aaron's heart raced. She had been hiding something all along. He quietly slipped back to the dormitory before she could see him. Inside his room, he sat on his bed, confused and worried. Why would she hide this from me? He thought. Is she in danger? Or are we? The next day, Vera acted as if nothing had happened. She greeted Aaron calmly and worked with him on the project as usual. Aaron tried to stay normal, but he could not stop thinking about what he had seen. During lunch, a group of students gathered nearby. Rin, the boy who often teased Vera, leaned close to his friends and whispered loudly, making sure Aaron could hear. I saw her sneaking around last night, Rin said with a sly grin. She's up to something. Maybe she's planning to spy on us or steal from the colony. Aaron's fists clenched, but before he could speak, Vera stood up. Her calm voice carried across the room. I do not steal. I do not harm. Your words are false, Rin smirked. Then prove it. Tell us why you wander around at night. Vera's eyes flickered with something Aaron could not read. I do not owe you an explanation, she said firmly. The other students murmured, unsure what to believe. Rin grinned wider. See? She's hiding something. Aaron quickly stood beside Vera. Enough, Rin. You don't know anything about her. The teacher arrived just in time to break up the tension, but the unease lingered. Vera gave Aaron a brief look of gratitude before walking away. Later that evening, while cleaning the study room, Aaron found a small device half hidden under a table. It looked alien, with glowing markings similar to the ones on Vera's wristband. Curious, he pressed a button. To his shock, a hologram appeared above the device. It showed Vera's people talking in their strange language. Symbols translated into simple human words appeared on the side of the image. Aaron's eyes widened as he read the message. Humans are the key to our survival. Study them. Learn their strengths. Do not reveal the mission. Aaron felt his chest tighten. Vera had been sent here to study humans, not just to learn in school, but for something far more serious. When Vera walked into the room moments later, she froze. Her silver eyes widened as she saw the hologram glowing in front of Aaron. Aaron, she said quickly, her voice trembling for the first time. "Put that down." Aaron turned to her, hurt and confused. "Vera, what is this? Why didn't you tell me the truth?" Vera's lips parted, but no words came out. The secret she had tried so hard to protect was now exposed. As they stood there, in tense silence, Rin hid outside the doorway, watching with a sly smile. He had seen everything, and he planned to use this discovery to turn everyone against Vera. Aaron's heart pounded. He didn't know whether to trust Vera or to run. All he knew was that nothing would ever be the same again. Aaron's hands trembled as the glowing hologram hovered between him and Vera. The alien voices echoed softly, the translated words floating like sharp truths in the air. "Humans are the key to our survival. Study them. Learn their strengths. Do not reveal the mission." Vera's silver eyes were wide, filled with something Aaron had never seen in her before. Fear. She stepped forward slowly, her calm voice now heavy with urgency. "Aaron, please, give me the device. You were not meant to see this." Aaron clutched the device tightly, his heart pounded in his chest. "You've been lying to me all this time. Everything you said, was it all part of this mission? Was I just another human to study?" Vera's face tightened with pain. "No, you are more than that. I did not want you to find out like this." Aaron shook his head, his voice rising. "You could have told me the truth. I trusted you, Vera. I thought we were friends." Outside the study room, Rin crouched low, listening with a wicked grin. He could barely contain his excitement. "So the alien really is a spy," he whispered to himself. "Everyone will finally see I was right." Vera reached out carefully, her hand trembling. "Aaron, I came here to study humans, yes, but not to harm you. My people face great danger. Without help, we will vanish forever. I never wanted to deceive you." Aaron's mind swirled with confusion. "Danger? What kind of danger?" Before Vera could answer, footsteps echoed in the hallway. Teacher Mira appeared at the doorway, her face stern. "What is going on here?" she asked, looking between them. Aaron quickly hid the device behind his back, but Rin stepped out from his hiding place with a dramatic flourish. "Teacher Mira, I know what's going on," he said loudly. "Vera is spying on us. She admitted it just now. She's here to use humans for some secret alien plan." The other students, drawn by the shouting, gathered in the hall. They whispered nervously, fear spreading through the crowd. Teacher Mira raised her hand for silence. "Rin, do not accuse others without proof." "Oh, I have proof," Rin sneered. Aaron found her secret device. "Show it to everyone, Aaron. Don't hide it." All eyes turned to Aaron. His hands shook as he glanced at Vera. She looked back at him, her eyes pleading silently. "Aaron," Teacher Mira said gently, "is this true? Did you find something?" Aaron hesitated, his heart torn. He did not want to betray Vera, but he also could not deny what he had seen. Slowly he held up the glowing device. Gasps filled the room. Teacher Mira stepped closer, studying it carefully. "Vera, explain this at once." Vera stood tall, though her voice was quiet. "My people are facing a cosmic disaster. A storm of energy will soon destroy our world. We learned that humans possess a rare trait that might save us. I was sent here to understand humans and find a way to use that trait to help my people survive." The students erupted in shocked whispers. Rin shouted over them, "See? I told you. She's using us." Vera's voice grew stronger. "I never meant to harm anyone. I only wanted to learn and to build trust. I began to care about this place and the people here, especially Aaron." She glanced at him, her silver eyes soft. "But I could not tell the truth because I feared you would reject me." Aaron's chest tightened. He wanted to believe her, but the memory of the hologram's cold message still burned in his mind. Teacher Mira raised her hand again. "Quiet, all of you. We will not solve this with shouting." She turned to Vera. "If what you say is true, why keep it secret? Why not ask for help openly?" "My people feared humans would refuse," Vera admitted. We did not understand your ways. We thought you might see us as enemies. Some students lowered their heads, ashamed, while others still looked fearful. Rin crossed his arms. We can't trust her. For all we know, her species plans to take over our colony. That is not true, Vera said firmly. The invaders who destroyed my home are our true enemy. They may come here next. The room fell silent. Even Rin looked uneasy. Teacher Mira's expression hardened. If there is an outside threat, we must prepare. But first, Vera, you must earn back the trust of this academy. Vera nodded, her face serious. I will do whatever it takes. Later that evening, Aaron sat alone in his room. His mind was a storm of thoughts. Vera had lied, but she had also risked everything to reveal the truth. He remembered the way she had defended him from Rin and how she had struggled to understand human kindness. A soft knock came at his door. Aaron opened it to find Vera standing there, her posture tense. I wanted to speak to you, she said quietly. Not as part of my mission, but as myself. Aaron let her in, though he crossed his arms. Why should I believe anything you say now? Vera lowered her head. Because I am telling you the truth. My mission began as duty, but it has become more than that. You showed me what friendship means. You taught me laughter, trust, and courage. When I see you, I see hope. Aaron felt his anger soften, though his voice was still wary. You should have told me sooner. I was afraid, Vera admitted. Afraid you would turn away from me. Before Aaron could answer, a loud alarm blared through the dormitory. Red lights flashed in the halls. Teacher Mira's voice rang out over the intercom. Attention, all students. Unknown vessels have entered the colony's airspace. This is not a drill. Prepare for emergency procedures. Aaron and Vera locked eyes. They've found me, Vera whispered, her silver eyes wide with fear. The enemy is here. Aaron's confusion vanished, replaced by determination. Then we'll face them together. As they rushed toward the exit, Aaron realized that whatever secrets lay between them, their fight for survival had just begun. The academy's halls filled with the sound of alarms. Red lights flashed along the walls as students ran in confusion, shouting questions and fears. Teacher Mira's calm but urgent voice continued through the intercom. Unknown ships are approaching the colony. All students moved to the shelter areas immediately. Aaron grabbed Vera's arm as they pushed through the crowd. Is this the enemy you were talking about? Vera's silver eyes were sharp with fear and focus. Yes, they followed me here. I hoped they would not find this place, but they never stop hunting. Why are they after you? Aaron demanded as they ran. They want the crystal, Vera explained quickly. It holds knowledge and energy that can heal my people. If they take it, my world will be lost forever. And now your colony is in danger too. They reached the main hall, where Teacher Mira was directing groups of frightened students toward underground shelters. When she saw Vera and Aaron, her eyes narrowed. Vera, you know what we are facing, don't you? Yes, Vera said firmly. They are destroyers. They will not stop at this academy. We must fight. Teacher Mira hesitated. We don't have weapons strong enough for an alien force. We have something they do not expect, Vera said. Me. Aaron stared at her. What do you mean? Vera held out her hands. The band on her wrist lit up, and streams of glowing light wrapped around her arms. The students gasped in shock as the lights formed into sharp, shining shapes. You can fight them? Aaron asked in disbelief. Vera nodded. My people are trained to defend. I hid this ability to avoid fear and suspicion, but now there is no time for hiding. Teacher Mira's voice was steady but tense. Then we will trust you. Aaron, go to the shelter with the others. No, Aaron said firmly, his voice shaking but determined. I'm staying with Vera. She needs someone to help her. Teacher Mira looked at him for a long moment, then nodded reluctantly. Stay close to her and follow her lead. Outside, the sky glowed red as enemy ships descended through the clouds. The ground trembled when the first craft landed near the edge of the colony. Strange, dark creatures emerged, tall and insect-like, with long claws and glowing red eyes. Their voices were harsh and sharp, carrying through the air like broken glass. Vera stepped forward, her glowing energy blades humming in her hands. "Stay behind me," she told Aaron. Aaron picked up a metal staff from the training yard nearby. He wasn't a fighter, but he refused to stand by and do nothing. The first wave of creatures charged. Vera moved with incredible speed, her blades slicing through their weapons and armor. She fought with skill and precision, protecting Aaron as he swung his staff at anything that got too close. "You're amazing," Aaron shouted over the chaos. "This is only the beginning," Vera warned. "They will not stop until they have the crystal." As they fought, Aaron noticed several frightened students trapped near a collapsed wall. "Vera, over there," he yelled. Vera glanced at the group and nodded. "Go to them. Help them escape. I will cover you." Aaron sprinted to the students and began lifting debris, guiding them toward safety. Though his arms ached and fear burned, in his chest he refused to give up. When the last student was safe, he turned back to Vera. She was surrounded by enemies, her energy dimming as she fought tirelessly. "Vera," Aaron shouted, racing toward her. She staggered, nearly falling. Aaron swung his staff, knocking one creature away from her. Together, they pushed back the attackers. As the final creature fell, silence filled the field. Vera collapsed to her knees, breathing heavily. The glow around her arms flickered weakly. "Are you hurt?" Aaron asked, kneeling beside her. "I am tired," she admitted. "Their numbers are growing. This was only a small group." Aaron's heart sank. "Then we need a plan. If more are coming, the colony won't survive another attack." Vera looked at him with determination. "There is a way. If I combine my crystal with the energy from this colony's power core, we can create a barrier strong enough to repel their ships." "That sounds dangerous," Aaron said. "It is," Vera agreed. "If I make a mistake, the crystal could shatter, and both of our worlds would be doomed." Aaron thought for a moment, then clenched his fists. "I'll help you. Tell me what to do." "You would risk your life for this?" Vera asked softly, her voice trembling. "For you," Aaron said simply. "And for everyone here." For the first time, Vera's calm mask broke. A single tear shimmered in her silver eye, though she quickly blinked it away. "Then we will do it together." Before they could act, Rin appeared from behind the broken wall, his face pale with fear and anger. "You two, you brought this disaster here," he shouted. "If Vera hadn't come, none of this would have happened." Aaron stepped forward. "Rin, this isn't her fault. She came here to save her people, not to hurt us." "They attacked because of her," Rin argued. "We should hand her over to them." Vera stood, her body weak but her voice steady. "If you give me to them, they will still destroy this colony. They want more than me. They want control. Teacher." Mira arrived with a group of guards. She looked at Rin sternly. "Enough. Vera has proven her loyalty by protecting us. We will stand with her." Rin glared but said nothing more. Vera turned to Aaron. "We must go now. The power core is in the central tower. It is our only chance." Aaron nodded. "Lead the way." As they ran through the damaged colony, the sky above filled with dark shapes. The enemy ships were regrouping for another attack. The air was thick with tension and smoke. Aaron's heart pounded, but he kept his focus on Vera. She moved with purpose, her glowing crystal clutched tightly in her hand. "We can do this," Aaron said, his voice steady despite his fear. "Yes," Vera replied. Together. At the base of the central tower, they paused for a moment. Vera looked at Aaron, her silver eyes filled with determination. "No matter what happens, thank you for believing in me," she said softly. Aaron gave her a small smile. "We're not done yet." As they entered the tower, the ground shook violently. The enemy had returned and time was running out. Together, Aaron and Vera prepared to face the greatest challenge of their lives, knowing that the fate of both their worlds now rested in their hands. The central tower loomed above the colony, its metal walls humming with energy. Inside, the power core glowed with a steady blue light, sending power to every building and system. Vera and Aaron stood at the base of the tower, breathing heavily from their run. "They are coming fast," Vera said, her silver eyes scanning the sky through a broken window. Dark shapes of enemy ships swirled above like a storm ready to strike. "We must act now before they surround us." Aaron swallowed hard. "Tell me what I need to do." Vera held up the crystal, which shimmered with a pale green glow. "I will place the crystal into the core's energy stream. It will create a protective barrier strong enough to push the enemy away. But I need you to keep the power flow stable while I merge the two energies." Aaron frowned, confused. "Stable? I don't even know how this system works." Vera placed a hand on his shoulder. "You are smart and brave. I will guide you. Trust yourself." Aaron took a deep breath and nodded. "Okay, let's do this." Inside the tower's control room, strange machines pulsed with light and sound. Vera moved quickly, her hands moving across glowing panels with skill. She explained each step clearly to Aaron. "See these 3 levers? They control the balance of energy. If one drops too low, the process will fail. Your job is to keep them equal," she said. Aaron studied the levers, his hands trembling slightly. "And if they're not equal?" "The power will overload," Vera said, her voice calm but firm. "The core will explode and this entire colony will be destroyed." Aaron's eyes widened. "No pressure, right?" Vera gave him a small, almost amused smile. "You will succeed. I believe in you." Her words gave him strength. Aaron gripped the first lever tightly. Suddenly, a loud crash shook the tower. The walls groaned as the enemy creatures broke through the outer gates. Their strange, sharp voices echoed through the hallways. "They are inside," Vera said, her tone tense. "We don't have much time." She placed the crystal into a circular slot above the core. A beam of blue light shot upward, connecting with the crystal. It glowed brightly, filling the room with a green and blue radiance. "Now, Aaron," Vera shouted over the hum of energy. "Balance the levers." Aaron adjusted the levers as quickly as he could, sweat dripping down his face. The lights on the control panel flashed wildly. "Left one is too high," Vera called out, focusing on the crystal. "Bring it down slowly, I'm trying," Aaron yelled back, straining against the heavy lever. The door to the control room burst open and 3 enemy creatures stormed in. Their claws scraped against the floor as they advanced. "Vera," Aaron cried. "Keep working," Vera ordered. She spun toward the creatures, her glowing energy blades appearing in her hands. She fought fiercely, her movements fast and precise. 2 creatures fell, but the third managed to slash across her side. Vera gasped, stumbling backward, but still struck the creature down. Aaron's hands shook as he kept the levers steady. He wanted to run to her, but he remembered her words. If the balance failed, everyone would die. "Vera, are you okay?" he shouted, his voice full of worry. "I am fine," she said through clenched teeth, though pain was clear on her face. "Do not stop, Aaron." The glow of the crystal grew brighter, so intense that Aaron had to squint. The whole tower trembled as the barrier began to form. "Almost there," Vera shouted. "Just a little longer." Aaron's arms ached from holding the levers steady. His breath came in short, ragged gasps. The room smelled of burning metal and strange, sharp ozone. Suddenly, Rin appeared at the doorway. His face was pale, his eyes wide with fear. "You're going to blow up the colony," Rin yelled. "Stop this madness before it's too late." Aaron didn't look up. "Rin, leave, we're saving everyone." "You're going to get us all killed," Rin argued, moving toward the controls. Vera's voice cut through the chaos like a blade. "Do not touch anything. If you interfere, we will all die." Rin froze, trembling. He looked at Vera, then at the glowing core. For a moment it seemed he might disobey, but finally he backed away, his face twisted in fear. Outside, the enemy ships opened fire. Explosions rocked the colony. The control room shook so violently that Aaron nearly lost his grip on the levers. "Aaron!" Vera cried. "Hold on!" "I'm trying!" he shouted. A massive boom thundered through the tower. Dust fell from the ceiling. Vera steadied herself and focused, channeling all her energy into the crystal. The barrier burst outward in a wave of light. It spread across the colony like a glowing dome, pushing back the enemy ships. The creatures screamed in rage. As they were forced to retreat, Aaron felt the vibration fade beneath his feet. The lights on the panel turned steady and green. "Is it over?" he asked, his voice shaking. Vera collapsed to her knees, exhausted but smiling weakly. "Yes, the barrier is stable. We are safe for now." Aaron ran to her side, helping her. "Sit up." "You did it, Vera." "No," she said softly. "We did it. Together." Teacher Mira and several guards rushed into the control room. They stopped, staring at the glowing barrier outside. "You two saved the colony," Mira said, her voice full of awe. Aaron smiled tiredly. "Vera did most of the work." Vera shook her head. Aaron's courage was just as important. Rin stood silently in the corner, his expression full of confusion and shame. He opened his mouth to speak, then closed it again, unable to find the words. As the sun rose the next morning, the colony was quiet and safe under the glowing dome. But Vera's face was still serious. "They will return," she said. "The barrier will not last forever." Aaron nodded, determination in his eyes. "Then we'll be ready for them." Vera looked at him, her silver eyes softening. "With you by my side, I believe we can protect both our worlds." Aaron smiled, gripping her hand firmly. "We'll face whatever comes next together." Far above them, the enemy ships regrouped. Beyond the barrier, their dark shapes circling like vultures. The battle was over for now, but the war was just beginning. The morning after the battle, the colony was quiet. Smoke from the previous night's attack still lingered in the air, and the silver trees were bent from the force of explosions. Students emerged from the shelters cautiously, blinking in the sunlight. Everyone moved slowly, still processing what had happened. Aaron walked beside Vera toward the central square. Their hands brushed briefly, and for the first time they felt a moment of calm between them. Around them, students whispered and stared, but there was no fear now, only awe. "Aaron," Vera said softly, "thank you. Without your courage, I could not have balanced the energy. You were strong when it mattered most." Aaron shook his head, smiling faintly. "You did it, Vera. You controlled the crystal, and you fought like no one I've ever seen. I just helped a little." Vera's silver eyes gleamed. "Even a little is important. Every action counts." Teacher Mira approached them, her expression serious but kind. "You two have done more than I ever imagined. You saved the colony and taught everyone a lesson about courage and trust. Vera, your people are lucky to have you." Vera bowed her head slightly. "I only acted to protect both our worlds. I owe the humans my gratitude as well." Aaron glanced around and noticed Rin standing awkwardly at the edge of the square. The boy looked uncomfortable, as though he had realized the truth about Vera. "Aaron," Vera whispered, "do not be angry with him. He is young and frightened like the others were." Aaron nodded. "I'm not angry. He just needs to understand." Rin shifted his weight, then stepped forward hesitantly. "Vera, I'm sorry," he muttered. "I judged you without knowing. I didn't believe in you, and I was wrong." Vera's expression softened. "Apologies are accepted. What matters is that you have learned. Fear should not guide actions." Rin bowed slightly. "I'll try to do better." Later that day, the students gathered in the main hall. Aaron and Vera were asked to explain what had happened during the attack. Vera spoke carefully, her voice steady and calm. "The enemy that attacked us came from my home system," she explained. "They seek control of the crystal, which holds energy that can save my people. They are dangerous, but with unity we can protect ourselves and our worlds." Aaron added, "Vera taught me that bravery isn't just about fighting. It's about helping, trusting, and standing together. We all have strength inside us, even if we don't always see it. The students listened in silence. Some faces showed awe, others thoughtful expressions. Even Rin seemed humbled. Teacher Mira smiled proudly. Today, you have all learned an important lesson. Courage is not just in battle but in trust, friendship, and understanding. Vera and Aaron have shown us the way. That evening, Aaron and Vera returned to the study room to check their project. The device they had begun creating as a symbol of unity now felt even more meaningful. It started as a school project, Aaron said quietly, but now it feels like something much bigger. It shows what we can do together. Vera nodded. Yes, and it reminds us that we are not alone. Humans and aliens working together can face anything. Aaron looked at her, a small smile forming. I never thought I'd have an alien friend, someone I could trust completely. Vera returned the smile, softer than usual. I never thought I'd feel this connection with a human. You have changed how I see your world. Aaron laughed lightly. You changed mine too. I've learned more about courage, trust, and friendship from you than I ever learned in a classroom. Vera tilted her head, her eyes shining. Then we are equals, learning from each other. Days passed and life in the colony slowly returned to normal. Students rebuilt damaged areas, and lessons resumed. Yet, something had changed forever. Humans and aliens now walked side by side with a deeper understanding. Fear had been replaced with respect, and hesitation with trust. Aaron and Vera became known as heroes, but they never boasted. Instead, they continued their studies together, always learning from each other. Their bond grew stronger each day, built on shared experiences, trust, and quiet understanding. One evening, as the silver trees glowed under the alien stars, Aaron and Vera stood on a hill overlooking the colony. The sky was clear, and the peaceful blue grass swayed in the gentle wind. Do you think they'll come back? Aaron asked, his voice calm but alert. They may, Vera admitted. But now, we are ready. We have learned the power of unity. And we have each other. Aaron smiled, feeling a warmth in his chest he had never known before. Then no matter what happens, we'll face it together. Vera's hand brushed against his, and she looked at him with a small, confident smile. Yes, together. As the stars shimmered above, a quiet sense of hope spread through the colony. Humanity and aliens had faced danger, fear, and secrets. Yet through courage, trust, and friendship, they had overcome the darkness. And for Aaron and Vera, a new chapter had begun, one where their worlds, their hearts, and their lives were linked forever. They turned back toward the glowing lights of the colony, ready for the future, knowing that no matter what came next, they would face it side by side. The adventure was over, but their story of friendship and unity had only just begun.